eliminate chaos or points of chaos that you can control, right? Stress is the number one killer. We all know that. That's not a mystery. But I was sharing a story with somebody the other day, and I thought, I should probably share that with you all. So for those of you who know my husband, you know that this is a very amusing story to both of us, but really literally one of the only arguments we ever had. We've maybe had two. But it was very early. It was like right before we got married, but I had just moved in, and we got in this argument about, him coming home, and I had spent the entire weekend cleaning the house. And we have a number of bathrooms despite the size of our house, but if you're going to do it right, you clean in depth. And so I found that I was getting super offended because he comes home and it's like, I swear, I have no idea what you men are doing in the bathroom, but apparently I'm not alone with my theory on this. It's like there's been a bird bath that has gone on in there. I'm not sure what's happening in there when we're not around, but in our bathroom, we have a hand towel that sits right to the side of the sink. And it just takes one little swipe, and then all of the water from the bird bath is cleaned up. Okay, I'm not going to die on that hill. That's not important enough for me. But what I figured out was that, because my thing is surgical precision to try and resolve a situation, if at all possible. I'm going to take action. I'm not just going to let it fester. So I realized what the situation was. The situation was that I was being affected by the fact that he would come home and he was just living his life. And that was all my hard work that he was destroying. And I was taking that personally. So I remember very well the fact that I made a decision right then and there. I'm going to make sure that I, get things off the ground here as quickly as possible so I can afford to have somebody else come in as a professional to do the cleaning so I don't have to take it personally. And wouldn't you know it, that's exactly what we did. And funny thing is, I mostly have him paying for it these days, which is even funnier. It's just that he happens to be home when the check needs to be written and I'm somewhere else. But that's another amusing, ironic thing about it. But the reason I share this story is because there are so many things that we get ourselves spun up about that we can take those items off our plate, right? So there is a ton of stuff that I hate doing in my professional life. So I delegate those things to other people. I hire professionals that are good at what they do so that I can focus on what I'm good at. Interestingly enough, the blueprint process has allowed me the opportunity. So I know exactly what those things are. So I can parlay those things into the way I invest my time. Because really, you get to a certain point and time is the one commodity that you can't replace. So I encourage you to look at an opportunity to be able to not die on that hill and find somebody else to handle whatever it is. I can actually help in the area of financial VAs or virtual assistants, and getting yourself in a position where you're not going to set yourself up for failure with them, because you got to have a plan to onboard them. So if you need any help with that, let me know. I know it was a lot today. Slow it down, go over it again. Let me know if there's anything I can do. One of those hats.